Hey guys, it's the 10th episode of the Listen and Lattes morning show. Today's been busy like every other morning. It's Monday. We've got a lot going on. This week I'm crammed full trying to get all this last minute stuff done before we take off on studio holiday next week. We have the whole week off. We're not responding to emails real time. We'll respond when we get back the Monday after. But it's going to be a big one. We've got a lot going on. I have a lot of people coming in for Thanksgiving. We're doing a lot of last minute decorating. If you follow my Instagram stories, you'll see that we've started decorating for Christmas a little bit here and there as we're bringing in stuff for Thanksgiving. We're redoing a lot of stuff with the house. We got a new fridge on Friday, so it's been an exciting weekend. And it was really fun. I got to do some photo projects. Even though I usually don't do things on the weekends, I try to not schedule anything on Sundays, and I usually don't try to schedule things more than one Saturday a month. But at the end of the year, you have to do a big push to get everything done. So even though you put boundaries in your business, it's okay to make exceptions when necessary. It's just don't make a habit of it. So I was lucky enough to break that habit for some really amazing people, like one of my best business friends and best friends in life, Leah. She's my hairstylist, and she's been with me for a really long time. I've taken photos of her family as they've grown up for, I don't even know, 10 years maybe, and they look amazing. They're on also my Instagram stories if you want to go over there and check them out and see what I did this weekend. Plus, I did a shoot with one of my very favorite business besties, Carrie. She has a company called Core Marketing, and I was able to work with her and do some photos of a client. And it was just an all-around good weekend. We got a lot accomplished, but now we're looking into this next week, and I wanted to share something today that has really helped me, and not everybody learns the same way. I'm very aware of that. Some people learn by doing, some people learn by reading, some people do well with like hands-on education side by side with somebody. So no matter what though, I feel like if you don't get out there in the world and start listening, reading, watching, consuming information, whether that's from online, like a video, reading blog posts, finding articles online, going to the library and getting books, maybe you learn better that way, and reading those things. If it's having conversations with people, maybe like a mentor or a business coach, maybe that's the way you learn best. Or it might just be observing other people in the wild. It might just be looking at human behavior and consumer habits and just observing and watching, but that's still consuming information. And if you don't take the time, break up your day-to-day and spend dedicated time observing and consuming information, you're not going to know what to do next ever. You don't know what you don't know. So I spend probably more than maybe not more than I should, but more than the average person consuming information. I read a lot. I read a ton. I listen to a lot of podcasts kind of throughout my day. I watch a lot of tutorial videos. If I don't know something, I know there's an answer online. And so I actively go out every day and I consume information. And it allows me to move very quickly and almost real time, turn around and apply that information to my life. I've gotten so many amazing ideas, some of my best business ideas and my big business plans from like one sentence of a podcast. I've gotten relationships built just by being at my kids. This is a great example. I found new clients by being at my kids' photos for football, just standing there and observing and starting a conversation and asking a fellow parent about what they're doing and what their life's like. And, oh, I noticed you have a new baby. And, oh, is it crazy having a baby with all your older kids? That conversation leads to, what do you do? That conversation led to him asking me what I do. He happened to have a business, him and his wife together. So we sat down and had a conversation last week, an assessment call for their business, for me to help their business grow. And then it led to something else and more ideas. So if you don't take the time to get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of your shell, get outside of your day-to-day, I know especially for those of you that are business owners that have a brick and mortar business, maybe you go to an office or you go to a retail store, or you have to do kind of the same activities every single day. It's really easy to get in that repetition and the habit of just doing the same thing daily, every day, over and over and over. And yes, you're probably looking at your bottom line and you're looking at your other things in your business, like the finances, like the marketing, like all the things, the admin, the HR. You're doing a lot of things, but you're not necessarily getting outside of your box and your comfort zone and learning and growing and finding new things that you would never even know if you didn't have those conversations or you didn't watch those videos. So if that's not your forte, if you are not used to really consuming a ton of information, especially about business, I would highly recommend you start creating a schedule for yourself and dedicating it, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, to find a podcast. That's the easiest way to consume information because you can do it while you're driving, you can do it while you're walking your dog, you can do it while you're working out at the gym on the treadmill. It's something that's incredibly passive. So you're not necessarily having to go search for blog posts or go on Pinterest to find articles or whatever. There's a million ways that you can research and find information, but the easiest way I feel like is just to listen to podcasts. So if you find someone that you like or find, you can even ask me for recommendations. I all the time on Instagram stories or on Twitter, I will post about what I'm listening to and sometimes the insights that I'm getting about what I'm like learning from the podcast. And then you can start listening to that podcast as well. And if you enjoy the content or you're getting something out of it, follow that podcast. And every day you can get updates on when they have new episodes. I've probably got 25 podcasts in my library that I listen to pretty regularly. One, the Gary Vee audio experience, I listen to religiously almost every single day. It's given me so much for my business to apply. Things that I never would have thought of. Things that even me, who consumes information every single day, I might have heard something from a podcast speaker for months. And then just for some reason, because of a certain situation I'm in, the thing that I've heard over and over, I'll hear it again and it'll click. And in my head, I'll be like, oh my God, that makes perfect sense for this project that I'm working on and we should do this. And then it turns into a giant brain explosion. So I've been writing this like tidal wave of ideas probably for the past month and a half that's leading to so many amazing things that all just kind of led drip by drip from consuming and conversing with people and getting out of my comfort zone and making a dedicated effort to absorb new information. So if you don't ever do that, you'll never know what you don't know. If you start having the conversations and start finding the people that you think are inspiring that you can learn from, you'll start to get ideas of the potential of what you can do for your business and just your life in general, even your health, even your fitness, even your relationships with your family, your personal well-being, your spirituality, any of the things that you want to work on in your life, there's probably a podcast for it. There's probably somebody that can help you grow in the areas that you're looking to grow. So I highly recommend you diving in and start absorbing content more and do it in a more intentional manner. We don't want to just sit there and scroll on Instagram. That is the one thing that you hear people all the time that are like productivity coaches or just speak about like mental health. They try to tell you, don't wake up, grab your phone, and just mindlessly scroll to people you follow on Instagram. You already know who those people are, right? Get outside of your comfort zone. Intentionally find the people that are going to inspire you, that are going to put good thoughts in your head, that are going to put good energy out in your day. You don't want to keep following the same old people that do nothing but complain online. One trick that I've found on my Google browser, my Google Chrome browser, you can put in extensions for your browser that will do different things. I have an extension loaded into my Chrome browser called, is it Facebook feed something? I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to put a link to it in this, but it hides my Facebook feed. So all it does is put an inspiring quote up every single day, and I don't get to see all of the information that other people are trying to put out in my universe. I choose who I see from. I choose the people who I see content from every day. I directly go to their content on purpose to consume their information. I don't allow just a giant feed of whatever someone else chooses to come across my path. I rarely scroll my feed on Instagram. Same thing. I go directly to my search bar and I type in who I want to see and consume information from. And it's only the people that fill up my cup. It's not people that drain me. It's not people that put out negative information. Yes, it's important to know what's going on in the world. If you want to know what's going on in the world and not be completely ignorant, I highly recommend The Skim. It's a news app that will send you just the headlines of stuff, links to where you can learn more so you're not completely ignorant like I was when my dad came home and was talking to me about like the impeachment. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I had to learn and research and know what he was saying so I could not sound like a complete fool. But I would recommend doing that if you want to still know what's going on, but not get all of the negative, not get all of the bad vibes. If you want to get only the information, sign up for The Skim, turn off your Facebook feed so you don't have to hear people screaming about whatever it is they're screaming about, and only directly, intentionally seek out the information that you feel will make you a better human being. that's my suggestion for the day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on the Listen and Lattes Morning Show.